Just a little bit of extra from me. I am delighted that they have finally inducted Drew Pearson into the Hall of Fame. I have no idea why it took so long, but you can see a difference in his afro statue, that bust of his, and his bald head now. But nonetheless, I'm so delighted, Drew, that you are in. To me, it's an insult that you have not been inducted before. It means a lot, I think, to be in a Hall of Fame. Those of us who have ever experienced it, it has mixed emotions. The one that I was entered into was simply pay $25 and fill out this form. But I earned it. I worked hard. I was successful as a broadcaster. I wish that I had done as well in other things and stayed with them as long as I did broadcasting. But that's water under the bridge. Drew Pearson, how could you forget the hip catch against the Minnesota Vikings with the Hail Mary thrown by quarterback who called it Hail Mary? I don't think they ever forgot that. Well, it's shown all the time as the catch is with Dallas losing to Joe Montana in the game. I want them to have some things to show where the Cowboys are victorious. Really whoop it on somebody. I wear my cowboy helmet here to sort of pump a little spirit into it. I really can't afford. I'm not interested in crowds. I miss going to the games, but I like the press box position. I was spoiled. I never paid. I was a guest at Cowboy games from my son, but never did I ever pay to go into a Cowboy game. Did the halftime announcing for the band when the Bronco band went to Dallas on that wonderful Thanksgiving. Jack Briggs finally had a band big enough when he added all the Cheyennes and the Lassos and whoever, the Water Boy and the crew that was in the aisles. I don't know, a bunch of people. But we took them to Dallas and we did a halftime. I remember that. Never paid to go to an Aggie game. I always did color with Mike Mistovich. And of course, I never had to pay to go to a Bronco game because I worked the PA system until they fired me for being distracting. Anyway, it was a wonderful ride, and I wouldn't change any of it. But I applaud the National Football League, and they're finally coming to their senses with Drew Pearson. I will never forget Hail Mary. And I have a feeling that there are some Cowboy players that never will either. One of them wore the 12 on the jersey. remember him, don't you? He's still rather vocal about his cowboy, justifiably so. He and Troy. Anyway, can't wait for the season. Can't wait for the Cowboys to play and the Aggies to play. My Frisco Fighters are in the playoffs, and I am proud of Clint and his team. But I wish they'd throw more. That's just me. Anyway, my 5 minutes are up. Gig 'em and go Cowboys. Amen.